Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into the Lowe's website and checking out some of the deals that they got going on. Keep in mind that if you go into the Lowe's store itself and there's a tool that you're interested in, always make sure, if it is quite expensive and you're looking to save some money, always make sure you check out the website, because sometimes they have deals going on that they don't mention in stores, and unless you ask about them or physically get both items, you'll miss out on possibly big savings or a big bundle deal. So it's always good to kind of check both the store and the site to see what's going on. So here we did a Lowe's tool deals video a couple weeks ago, and they still have some of the same deals going on, so we're not going to go into all of those. I'm going to try and get into some power tools, some hand tools, and then some of their tool organization or toolboxes that they have on sale. So first up, they still have this 8 amp hour battery that does have the 7¼ inch circular saw available, bare tool with it, so that's not a bad deal. They have this Kobalt 24 volt job site blower. This is the tool only, but it does come with the free gift being the Kobalt 24 volt 2 amp hour battery. So for $60, I don't think that's a bad deal. This is like a miniature version of what I have. I have the Kobalt, one of the weed eaters and blowers, and it's a bigger version of this, and I'm very impressed with it. Now, I don't know about this one specifically, but for $60, a battery and the tool, I don't think that's too bad. Here they have the Dewalt 20 volt half-inch drive impact bare tool, $250, but it's going to come with that 5 amp hour battery. Just like a few weeks ago, Dewalt has a lot going on where you're getting a 5 amp hour battery, and depending on the tool, it may vary. Like, I know the 3-inch cutoff tool, I think that's the 1.7 amp hour battery, but I think that's the power stack battery if I'm not mistaken. Here's a pretty decent little deal, $380 for this set, down from $450. You got yourself a hammer drill, impact driver, flashlight, and recip saw with a power stack battery and a 5 amp hour battery and charger and bag. So I don't think that's too bad of a deal either. Yeah, here's the the 3-inch cutoff tool that I was talking about at $180, and that's going to come with the 1.7 amp hour power stack battery. But a lot of them, like this ratchet, is going to include the 5 amp hour battery. And we are going to be getting closer to the holidays, so we will be starting to see a little bit better deals. So if you're in the market right now and you can wait, I think we're going to see much better deals, but I don't think these are bad deals at all. There are some out there that aren't fantastic, and I'll mention those whenever I come across them. Here's a couple deals. All 3 of these Dewalt sets are going to include a couple of batteries, charger, and a bag, and $129 to $180, just depending on the set you go with, 2-tool or the single tool. I don't think those are bad. These 2 I think are good deals at $170. It's just a single tool. You got the impact driver or the drill, half-inch keyless drill, and that's going to include a 2 amp hour battery for each one, but then each one is also going to include a power stack battery, a charger, and a bag. So I don't think that's bad at all, and the tools included are pretty decent. It's not like the bottom of the line stuff that you see sometimes. A few Kobalt items here, the tool only, but with your purchase, it's going to include the 2 amp hour battery, and I believe that's it for all of them, yes. So Kobalt and Dewalt both kind of have like the same deal going on, just with the Kobalt stuff you're getting a much smaller battery. I don't have much experience with the Bosch lineup, but they do have 2 8 amp hour batteries here for $270, and it is going to include the half-inch hammer drill. So if you're one that runs Bosch, I don't think that's too bad of a deal, but then again, I do not run any Bosch cordless tools. $179 for this oscillating multi-tool from Dewalt. I think that's the same one that I have, but this one's going to include 1 battery and a bunch of attachments, a charger and a bag, and a battery for the same price. I paid $180 for mine, the tool alone, and then it came with 2 power stack batteries, which was a good deal for me because I wanted to try out the power stack batteries, but it would have been nice if I would have got all those accessories along with it, but not a big deal. Craftsman has a few of their bare tools on sale. A lot of their $100 tools are down to this $60 price range. I don't use Craftsman, and honestly, I don't really ever look at them. Getting into some of the hand tools, this is the same one that we looked at in the last video that we did for Lowe's. It's, Kobalt's 277 piece set for $100 down from 180. Don't ever buy it at the 180. Even at $100, you're getting a lot of filler stuff. But if you're just a weekend warrior DIYer looking for kind of a miscellaneous kind of, I don't want to say well-rounded, but you know, you get a little bit of everything. It's going to have a lot of skip sizes. It's going to have a bad wrench selection. You get miniature stubby wrenches. So like it's definitely not like great for a mechanics set. But if you just need things for here and there, it's not a bad set for the price. But there will be better ones coming. Here, Kobalt has the 139 piece SAE and metric impact socket set, and this is going to be 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive, 6-point sockets for 170, down from 340. Definitely don't ever buy it at 340, but and the value of 770. I love when they do stuff like that. That's just a joke. Here you can see you're getting 70 shallow sockets, 69 deep well sockets in both metric and SAE in both drive sizes. 1/2 inch drive, 3/8 drive. So it looks like you get a little bit more going for the 1/2 inch drive sockets. It doesn't look like it's going to tell me the actual sizes. If we zoom in far enough, I'm sure we could find out, but it does state it runs from 1/4 inch to 1 and 1/2 inch for the SAE, and then 8 to 36 millimeter for the metric. So there's definitely good coverage here. I just don't know if they're, you know, what the skips are. And from everything I looked at, it doesn't really have a lineup of everything that's included. But they are chrome vanadium, so they're not chrome ollie. But I mean, for 170 for this size set, it's not a terrible deal. A few more Kobalt sets. This is a 93 piece wrench set. Kobalt wrenches they're decent, nothing great. I haven't had any issues. I have owned a few sets in the past, never had any real issues with them. You know, the fit and finish isn't perfect on them, but I never had any, you know, issues with them breaking or bending or anything like that. This is going to include your micro wrenches, some stubby wrenches, and just your standard combination wrenches, but a decent coverage in both metric and SAE for 150. I don't think this is too bad of a deal. It's a 153 piece set. It's going to be 1/4 inch, 3/8 and 1/2 inch drive. It's going to include a lot of different bit sockets, and it is $80 down from $200. This is roughly the same price that I paid for my 84 piece gear wrench bit socket set, and it's just Allen and Torx. This one is going to include, it does include e-Torx as well. This one has e-Torx, but it also has, I believe, Phillips, 101 bit sockets, 8-point sockets, as well as external Torx, and then 25 long ball end hex. So I mean, it's a pretty well-rounded little set. So I mean, it definitely looks like a nice little set, especially for $80. I don't think that's a bad deal at all. Here's just strictly a socket set from Kobalt for $150 down from $380. It's 212 pieces, so definitely a lot of coverage here, all being 12-point. So it does look like this is just specifically a 12-point socket set. So if you're looking for 12-point sockets, that may be a good one. I prefer 6-point over the 12-point, but I do believe that's what we have here. I don't know why this is one piece smaller, but they threw in a random spark plug socket, 6 of them. Then you have 96 deep well sockets and 109. I don't know who comes. I think it's a good set, probably, you know, some decent coverage, but sometimes I question who actually puts these sets together and what their mindset is behind it. But some are really bad. That one doesn't seem too bad at all. A very small 11-piece metric set from Craftsman for $15. A lot of Wilton vices on sale right now. So not much for hand tools, but if you're looking for a vise or an anvil, they definitely got you covered. I mean, there's a ton of them. Look at some of the tool storage that they have on sale right now. So the first one over here, they have the Kobalt 36-inch toolbox, and this is just a bottom roller for $400. Doesn't seem like it's really on sale. It's just a standard $400. They do have it available in different color options. Honestly, at this price, you might as well just go pick up the service cart or their newer, you know, full drawer service one at that price. They don't have much going on here. They got these two down here, which is a savings of $18 and $25. These are those extremely cheap, like you're not actually going to be using this You know, maybe you'll get into this thing a couple times a year type of toolbox, and at $230, definitely just go get the service card at that point, the 5-drawer. But the Craftsman toolboxes, never liked them since they switched many years ago. I remember growing up, my father had a Craftsman box, and it was on a completely different level than what you see today. And I love when, I mean, many brands do this, but I always put assembled in the USA with global materials. I honestly don't care if it was assembled in the USA if you're using poor quality parts for it. I'm pretty sure many places around the globe can assemble something and not mess it up just like us. The thing I worry about is what you're actually making it with. And that's what Craftsman does a lot. They always put, you know, proudly assembled in the USA. The only reason you assembled it in the USA was probably because it was cheaper to ship it in pieces and assemble it here and then sell it for a bigger profit. But Craftsman boxes, I felt like they've always been overpriced, especially when you get your hands on them. There are a couple of them out there that have been pretty decent, but a lot of them to me just feel flimsy and just not worth the price. You can go to a Craftsman box, you know, open the drawers, get a feeling for it, and go over to a Husky or a Milwaukee or a Kobalt, and it's not going to feel any better. In fact, some of them will probably feel worse. But I don't know about the V series. I know the V series is supposed to be like their top of the line stuff. Honestly, I believe the V series should just be what Craftsman should be. If you're not going to be made in the USA, the V series should just be what Craftsman is, and then just be done with it. Only sell the V series stuff, because a lot of the Craftsman stuff's normal line, what they have now, is hot garbage. I've owned a lot of their socket sets, and while the sockets, you know, I haven't had any major issues with or anything like that, the ratchets are absolutely horrible. I can't stand the standard Craftsman ratchets. I know the V series ones are of better quality, but you're also paying well above the price for tools that fall in the same quality range. And I feel the same way about their boxes. I think they got some really nice casters on this box, and I would like to get my hands on a V series box just to see if it's actually worth the money. But I feel at this price point, there are many others. It would be competing against others that it probably won't stand up against. But then again, I can't say for sure on the V series stuff. I don't think I've looked at a V series toolbox, but this one is $1,200 for the 41-inch 11 drawer. This is just the bottom roller, and then they have the top on sale for $850. So I mean, you're still looking at $2,000, over $2,000 for a 41-inch toolbox. To me, that's kind of crazy, especially knowing what else is out there as far as toolbox. I can get a 72-inch toolbox of probably equal or better quality to this box. So unfortunately, I cannot say that these are good deals in any of them that they have on sale right now. Just not a whole lot of good options, but I figured I'd mention them to you guys. Please let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys have any experiences with the Craftsman boxes, or more specifically the V series. I know for a fact they are better quality than the standard Craftsman stuff, but for the price difference, I don't know how I feel about them. So that's it as far as this week's Lowe's tool deals. Went over a few power tools, some hand tools, as well as some of their tool storage that they have on sale right now, and I'm hoping to see much better deals as we get closer to the holidays. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.